John Lynch, welcome back to Indianapolis because last year the Combine was on a one-year hiatus, obviously given the effects of COVID, but just being back here, how good does it feel just kind of be back in this evaluation process?
It feels really good. I think like everybody just in life in general, kind of returning to normal is nice to be around people. And I think this is symbolic of that we're back here in Indy kind of with the traditional routine. And it's a great opportunity to be really productive and get better as a team.
At this time of year, you see teams that are, losing a lot of players. There's a lot of turnover there, but it's a little different for you guys dealing with some of that coaching turnover. What are some of those challenges that you have to deal with when rebuilding a coaching staff?
I think first and foremost, the old saying that imitation's the greatest form of flattery. So people want a piece. They see us having success. Kyle's obviously got, his well-earned reputation as one of the great minds in football. D'Amico, before that it was Sala. So people are, Mike LaFleur. This year it was McDaniel and Wes Welker and John Embry. People want a piece of what we've got, but you're always planning for that. You always have to have succession plans, and Kyle's done a tremendous job of having a staff that has stayed with him for a long time. And we're having to kind of go outside and bring some new people in. So sometimes that's good, though. You get some new ideas. You indoctrinate them into what we do. But then also I think there's a great exchange of information that, you never stay the same. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. And we really believe that. So I think this is an opportunity, although uncomfortable because you're used to, and we lost some really good people, I do think there's opportunity for growth, and that's the way we're looking at it.
All right, let's focus a little bit on kind of what's in front of us. And of course, everyone's looking towards the draft. And obviously, 49ers, for the first time since 1996, no first round selection. But I want to use the word crafty. I don't know if that's the right word, but how do you get crafty when you're building this roster without a first round pick?
Well, I think, first of all, I'm always an eternal optimist, but this isn't just optimism. This is the truth. I think when someone says, what's this draft all about to you? And it's depth. You can get really good players later in the draft. We've got, 9 picks, and we feel good about that. I think our strength as a group since we've been here in 2017 is finding value all over the draft, including in the later rounds and into free agency. So we'll be very thorough, and maybe that's where our thoroughness and our process comes in handy is finding those diamonds in the rough in the 5th, 6th, 7th round, and even into free agency.
All right, so it was about a year ago, almost a year ago from right now, when the 49ers jumped up 9 spots to number 3 overall, ultimately selecting Trey Lance. So let's talk about him. Dating back to rookie minicamp to what you've seen in his 2 starts and how he kind of finished out the year, what did you see out of him? How do you assess his development, and what are your expectations for him going forward?
I think his development was tremendous. The thing we knew about Trey is Trey was going to work to get better every single day, and he went through the normal peaks and valleys that rookies go through. But what he did, he didn't ride the wave of emotions and pout or anything. He just found a way to get better each day. And then there was times, as the year went on, where he was dominating on scout team. And I think we all saw a little taste of that when he played versus Houston. It was a little slow in the beginning, but he got that rhythm in the second. And right before our eyes, we saw him getting better, and a little glimpse of what he's capable of moving forward. So is there some unknown? Sure there is. There always is in this league, but we feel really good about where Trey's at, and Jimmy Garoppolo is still a part of us. That's the other thing. There's a lot of teams who need quarterbacks, so there's a lot of interest, and we'll listen to people. But we also know that Jimmy, we know what he means to us, and I think there's a great relationship there that's rooted in appreciation and honesty, and we'll continue to have that. And we don't say goodbye to that because he's still part of us, and until that changes, we'll value that.
Jimmy Garoppolo obviously still a part of the team, like you said, but looking at having Trey Lance under a rookie deal, how does that open up the opportunities for you guys to continue to build this roster?
There's always an advantage. I remember being a broadcaster and, Russell Wilson in the 3rd round. I mean, there was a huge advantage for years. And when they had to pay Russell, some of that depth, their 6th, 7th, and 8th D linemen weren't quite as good as before because they couldn't continue to pay. So there certainly are some realities that come with that. The most important thing is that the rookie quarterback becomes a really good player because then that allows you to fully take advantage of that. And that's where we think we're going with Trey, and we really believe that. And, I think the theme for this offseason, you walk around here and everyone says great season. And if I really know them, I go, no, it wasn't great. It was good. We're proud of our guys, but I expect our culture is to expect championships. And so proud of our group for the way they battled last year, but we got to find a way to get better collectively because we have higher hopes.
You talk about keeping your key players a part of the 49ers for a long, long time. And two people that automatically come to mind, I'm talking Nick Bosa and Deebo Samuel, two guys who are coming off of incredible seasons. How important are they to just what you guys want to do in the future?
Yeah, they're foundational pieces. They're guys that we want to be 49ers for their careers, and if not then, for at least for a long, long time, and both tremendous young men, too, who I think have, in their own ways, Nick's extremely quiet. Players are too young, but I remember, when you're a kid, when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. And Nick doesn't say much, but when he talks, the whole team, because he's extremely wise. And then also the guy can flat out play the game of football. Deebo, we have a phrase we use a lot, what it takes, and his wit, as we call it, is off the charts. I mean, it's inspiring because he's so skilled. But you can see the will, and that's when you have a chance in this league to be special, when you have tremendous skill and it's met with elite will, and that's what you have in Deebo Samuel, and he's really stepping into that role of leadership by the way he plays, by the way he conducts himself around the facility. So we can't say enough about those two young men, and we're going to work like heck to get that done.
And I know you have a lot of work to do to get done, so we appreciate the time and enjoy your week back in Indy.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be back, as I said, and looking forward to get back out to Santa Clara so we can put this whole puzzle together.